the pistol here between Fnatic and Astralis. They're kicking things off immediately. Astralis on the T side, as we can see. And quick boost there in mid over the smoke from Fnatic to try to get some early information. And we actually saw, I think we saw the pistol round of Astralis with 2 smokes previously. They threw the smoke in mid, then had a second smoke for B on CT spawn. I wonder if they're going to run the same thing. This looks like the same pistol round from Astralis that we saw yesterday versus FaZe. Ooh, we do get a quick pick-off though. So let's see if Astralis decide to continue to push for this. Winter's in the vent room as well.
Yeah, so we'll see if his position is checked. Indeed it is, and it's going to be, wow, that's very nice. The bomb down as well. Karrigan trying to do what he can, but it's 2 versus 4, and that bomb is in a super strong position for the CTs. All of the angles covered there for Winter. Crims taking down Karrigan, leaving Dupree alone versus 3. He's got time, but doesn't have much else. I don't even know if there's a, well, maybe it is a one shot from there. 2 more to find. Still 45 seconds. Perhaps trying to suggest he's going somewhere else, but I doubt they'll believe him. Going for a bit of a shoulder peek there. Did he shoot him through the box? I think he did.
Yeah, this is pretty
he's
impossible.
He's only done two points of damage though. But there we go.
So we can see there that, yeah, the same pistol round was run as yesterday from Astralis, but with a very different result, just because Astralis lost a player in mid very early on, and then afterwards, they just had again, just like too many losses whilst they're trying to get onto the bomb site. That kind of hold of checkers was very painful to deal with after already being down a man. So it's quite cool to see it work and what it takes to stop it from working, but pretty simple otherwise. And now it's just down to 4 deeks and 1 PT50. No other investment. Oh, actually, Dupree's got some Kevlar and a head armor, helmet, the thing that goes in your head, James, to protect you.
Boom. Interesting strat from Dennis there. I mean, we saw Kiabi do it yesterday.
Wow.
This is why Dupree buys armor, by the way. If any of you are wondering, he's reasonably consistent with Deagle. Yeah. And causing havoc. But, I mean, I think you want to play a slow boost against the buy because they're going to be holding angles, but against an eco/force buy.
It seems greedy, right? It seems like a greedy thing.
Well, it's risky.
Exactly. I mean, you're basically trying to get a flank in when you already have a big advantage, just holding the sites or playing a retake. And now they've lost 2 players, and
they've lost 4 players, man.
It's 2 players on the site in addition to the ones they lost, and that's.
Astralis have got 1 player with armor, and they've killed 4 people on Fnatic, and not lost a single match.
Because the other things you have to think about is, what are all the vulnerability, or what are all the failure points of that the boost play? I mean, we could have seen, for example, a mid take from Astralis, but equally that could have been shut down. But if they get caught in the boost, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how.
They did get the Molotov up there initially to try and stave off a boost.
Yeah.
But such is life. So Fnatic are going to get absolutely wrecked. Look at all the guns that have been picked up by Astralis as well. Free money. Bearing in mind they didn't buy armor. Yeah. Or anything.
Actually, I think as a last forward, I do actually like the boost in some regards, because you are cutting a corner and it is a risk, but you aren't really expecting the T's to actually, for example, boost somebody up. That's actually going to happen not super often because they won't have the weapons to do it. And secondly, you're in a position where you still have a pretty awesome advantage on the weapons, and they're unlikely to play a slow round because of the pistols. So I can see the merits.
I think you get boosts there fairly reasonably on 2 ecos actually in the second rounds. But what I want to see is people dropping HEs straight over from close. Yes, it gives your position away. So it is risk and reward, but it does. If anyone is anywhere near boosting, that's 50 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, and the problem is that they could have had a force buy in that round as well, because they didn't get the bomb down at the start of the round. So as you say, the boost maybe becomes a bit more likely due to that fact, because they will have more resources. If they're just on Glocks, if they've gotten bomb down, it's quite unlikely maybe they would have decided to go for a boost. So there's lots of interesting pros and cons there, but. We'll see that Fnatic are going to be forcing up with what they can. And we get a mid-take coming in with a wall of smokes there. And Dupree is looking for the entries in towards mid and perhaps vents in a moment as well. And still a bunch of nades here for the Astralis side. Actually, interestingly, Kiabi actually has an incendiary he picked up from a C team in the previous round that was not thrown, of course. And there it is. It's going to go towards the fence position. But there's nobody there.
So the clearance is coming in here for Astralis now. 25 seconds left. There is still one player on the site, but I don't think the bomb plant's going to be stopped as JW is a safe plant coming in. So Fnatic should simply get wiped out here. This is a really horrible start for the Swedish side. Wenton and Crims remain. So we should see another Eco coming in for the CTs following this round. Crims doing some damage, but it's not really a big deal, all things considered. We'll see if Wenton can hold on to his Kevlar here. He's got the helmet as well. So if he can survive with that and the P90, then they could try and do something with him. I mean, there's a number of ways to try and use that aggressively. Perhaps over towards B with a push, or if they can take a gamble and put him through smoke in mid, or even on the boost. A main not so much because the range is too far away. Unless you go for a late pop flash. Maybe not squeaky push for the same reason. He's got a good spawn though for actually for a squeaky push or for a B push. But he's facing the wrong way, so doesn't make the best use of it. Wenton likes to run backwards, it seems. And I think he is going to go for the squeaky push after all. I mean, obviously the CTs need aggression here, so... He's got a teammate in for support. Zipek seems to be vulnerable here. Ooh, P90 face-off. But JW may be the cannon fodder. Running distraction there, and Wenton cannot answer. So that's pretty much the round over here for Fnatic. And it's playing close to the smoke. There's Dink coming in. He needs double Dink though with the USP, and he won't get it.
I feel like Wenton initially there was... He heard the running, and so he probably expected that there would be a pop flash, actually. So he kind of looked away and didn't get any shots off. But with against the P90, you know, I don't think he's ever getting a kill there.
It was JW looking away. Wenton was behind the wall.
Oh, okay. The first player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3-1, and it's all gone relatively easily after Dupree picked up the double on the Deagle on that second round with the force buy. Now Fnatic back to a buy. They got full rifles, perhaps lacking slightly on grenades, and then a single kit. So it's good to see a kit because actually a lot of teams forget to get the kit in a round like this. And we've often seen that be quite detrimental, but they're going to try to level the difference a little bit here, going for an aggression into A main. It's not going to work too well, actually, a frag at least, but it is quickly traded back here by Fnatic as a very colourful M4. And he will be burned alive. JW is dead, leaving Flusher on the A side alone. He's got a lot of pressure on him to deliver a good defense as he is the first point of contact in this position. And he's going to get wrecked through the door there with that Deagle, it would seem. And that is lights out in this round for Fnatic. They're in a lot of trouble now. I mean, Astralis have only lost a single player, so Fnatic not even really able to deal any damage in this round. And so Astralis will probably invest maybe a little bit into hunting down their opponents, perhaps. Let's see if they go for that after they get the bomb plant. Because it's probably quite obvious at this point that the save is in for Fnatic, more or less immediately.
Yes, this is a sticky situation on the CT side for Fnatic. They are struggling quite a bit. So 4-1 versus Astralis. And Astralis, I mean, we've seen repeatedly in the league where they've just run over people like full lawnmower mode. And we might be seeing that in this first half at the very least for Fnatic. Down goes Wenton, leaving Crims as the last man to try and hold on to his gun. On the plus side, the few pluses there are, the lost bonuses going up for Fnatic. But so is the score for Astralis, which is definitely more important. So we'll see. Oh, this will be an eco from the Fnatic side. So again, we'll see what they choose to do, if they go for a default, which you sometimes see, or if they will try and stack the plays over to one site. Sometimes you see it, for example, you could have 3 ecoing players on one site and then have the one rifle, maybe with one support, over to the other site to try and bait people into the stack one way or another, bait them into the stack or bait them into the rifle. That's a good start though. Kiabi getting tagged straight down to 10 HP. I think he was playing for a timing peak with the AWP there, but obviously wasn't good enough, and the AWP will get thrown over to the device.
Yeah, he's looking for that entry. But Fnatic aren't really giving much up at the moment. It would be pretty cool if they would be able to do at least some damage in this round. But and with Kjaerbye on 10 HP, perhaps he's a potential future kill. But it's Karrigan with a pick onto Wenton towards the B storage that will begin to allow Astralis to be able to do something in this round. And there is, you can see there's almost a full rotation here for Fnatic. So I do wonder if Astralis will, if they will go for the fully committed play, or if they will actually read the rotation. Looks like Crims will take down Device there. So this is actually problematic. A quick pop flash in there, and maybe there's another opportunity here for Fnatic. Looks like that's not the case, and instead it will be a 4 versus 3 in favor of Astralis now. But you can see this is quite a laboured push. It's not quite going according to plan. They can't quite get through the choke point. That's a really important frag there by Kjaerbye with a mere 10 HP from boost. And there you go. Fnatic JW's hand is forced towards B storage. He dies as well. And now what was looking to be quite an awkward round has started to go a bit more smoothly here for Astralis to pick up the 5th. And Dennis is looking to try to save this with the kit, this M4, but he's I don't know about his chances here, because there is a player in A main for Astralis.
So you're going for the hero play. Oh, there are different types of hero play, and one is killing everyone. So surely the trade frag is coming in. Indeed, Karrigan emerges, and the round is done. So Astralis off to a monstrous start here. Fnatic, their loss bonus is big enough for them to get a big buy coming in. That's going to be 2 AWPs and all the nades as well. So let's have a look, see the spawns. Dennis has a good spawn. I'm curious to where he's going. He could go and hold the angle towards B, and it seems he will do exactly that. Crims in for support. We'll have to pay attention and see if Crims rotates elsewhere once Dennis gets into position, or if he will stay for support.
So there it is, the push over the top there. dupreeh working that entry magic as he is there to do on the team. And that is mid. Super easily taken, and 2 AWPs, of course, for Fnatic will be perhaps rotated into more safe positions now that they know that mid is completely open. You can see JW's looking in from quad, and the annoying thing for him is that if the forklift player Wenton dies now, JW's in a lot of trouble there, and Zipex is probably going to go for the challenge. Does he have a Molotov? No, he doesn't. There's no Molotov on Zipex, which is quite annoying actually, because from the door position, if you're the Molotov that spot, it's actually a huge piece of information, and maybe you get the kill as well if there is a player there. But instead, a great frag coming out of Wenton, and that will be a little bit of pressure alleviated, but not for too long. dupreeh going at it again. He's having a great first half so far. A good pick there onto JW, long range with the AK, and now all of a sudden Astralis looking to wrap into that A bomb site. But there is a push on door there from JW. Is that? Oh, it's Wenton, sorry. It's a smart play from Wenton to go into door, realizing maybe he can't hold the site. And dupreeh's at it again. Another frag for him. Now as he's got Dennis to challenge. And Dennis is going to go down as well. So dupreeh is going to kill 4 players, James. He's just going to kill everyone.
That's pretty monster. And they seem to know where Wenton is as well. You saw Astralis were trying to fake over towards the B bomb site with somebody coming through the vent. But as soon as that play went down, Fnatic knew what was going on and tried to rotate over towards the A site. But dupreeh had other ideas, and he will finally go down to the side, leaving Wenton in a 1 versus 2. There must be a crossfire somewhere. Here's the scope, but it's too late. Karrigan does get the last frag of the round once again. 6-1 now for Astralis, and Fnatic are on their nth eco, because I've lost countdown, so it is N.
Yeah, and we've seen yesterday that dupreeh had a great game, along with Kjaerbye at the opening stages of the of Cash. I think it was. Did they start CT there as well? I cannot actually remember, but the first. I think that was the case. And they played great, actually. Both had like 15 frags in a first 8 rounds or something like that. And dupreeh is trying to get back on track for that. We've got Fnatic now looking for the quick push. Actually, I think, no, Astralis did start CT, so that's my mistake. But anyway, the push is going to result in a quick entry there. And Fnatic seem to be at the mercy of the Danes as they actually start to rotate back. But Flush is trying to hear this info, but I'm not sure if anyone's run yet from Astralis, so I don't think there's any steps to be heard. For all Fnatic know, they're still standing outside of the B storage area, and Fnatic have rotated everybody there as well. So Fnatic will go for that gamble, and that's the way to play this. You need to go for the gamble, and Flush is going to see the Molotov into mid there. So that is kind of suggestive of the mid take, and perhaps the B play. So this is just confirming perhaps what Fnatic already suspect, that it is going to be mid or B. And Flush is there with the first frag. The master of the CZ is back in action with 2 quick kills in mid, and that's going to actually help massively. But the problem is that A is for free, and how do they recover those guns?
But the bomb is down in mid as well, so it's a problem because Fnatic won't get the opportunity, yes, to get close to those guns because the bomb's there, but because the bomb is there, they can slow down the round somewhat. And now Astralis have to try and figure out how to get to the bomb as safe as possible without the CTs flanking them or getting into weird positions. So it seems they've chosen to go for the B split based on the position of the bomb, trying not to have any CTs in any sneaky corners. So a bit of pre-fire over towards the headshot, and Dennis is finally found. Went into trade on the site. He's still got 9 bullets in the magazine as well, popping out spots where the players are. Can't get the first shot though onto Carrigan. He'll take him down with a P250. So JW's alone, no armor, but he's got a 1 versus 2, and he'll get into the vent before the bomb even goes down. Now he just needs to catch somebody unawares, going for the peak there. And Carrigan's got to be careful because those boxes are wallbangable. It's not easy, but it is possible. Tipex trying to retain the crossfire position here. Carrigan comes out, no crossfire needed. And again, he gets the last frag of the round. He is closing these rounds for his team. On almost 16k at the start of this one. 7-1. But we've seen a few games recently in both Europe and North America where we've had monster starts like this, but then the opposing side has always caught up before half-time. Will that be the case here, however?
Yeah, Astralis having a really good time. And again, yesterday, it was the CT side that was the good half for them. So this definitely does not bode too well for the Fnatic side. And Astralis looking to get the pick towards A main right now as well. We've got Carrigan on a bit of an off angle there to catch anybody pushing or trying to, pop, if they were trying to pop flash in, he might be able to get the shot off before they actually, before the flash would go off. He's got support there behind the box, but JW with a quick side step and the pull, the squeeze of the trigger to get the frag, and now it's going to be quite interesting here because Fnatic get a lot of options. They can continue to play passively, or they could try to go and try to take away A main, try to actually get more information. There is the risk there, and do they need to do it? No, they don't. But it's always fun to be unpredictable. Now we've got Flusher there by the white box. He's got to be careful here. He knows this angle so well, not availing himself to the boost peak. But here comes Dupree. He's been an absolute savage so far.
Vice crossing, thinking mid's been abandoned. That angle pays off a Flusher. 2 kills for him, and that is the split crushed. Look at the position of the last 2 Astralis players. They are deep towards A, and look how far away the bomb is. This round is almost unwinnable at this point. Tipex alone now versus 5. Very important round for Fnatic for a number of reasons. We'll see if they can get some momentum going. Oh, he is being peppered like a steak through those doors. That's the intention here by the Fnatic side. The wallbang coming in from JW as well. 25 seconds left, and Zipex has 11k in the bank. All he needs to do is kill people. But it will be him. He will be subject to the hail of bullets. So, nobody dying for Fnatic. That is crucial as we go into the last third of the first half.
Yep, double orbs back out again for Fnatic. Last time it was Dupree that basically just ripped this setup to shreds. We're just pushing into mid, getting the AK kills on the entry over the boost and up short, and that was really what really just kind of completely screwed up Fnatic. But Dupree, will he have that kind of performance again? We'll have to see. We've got Device there, AWPing into A main, and Carrigan harassing towards the B storage. He's going to miss the smoke, the molly for the crate. That's actually exactly for the position Crims was in. So had he hit that one, because the smoke is down as well, Crims would have to fall back or challenge in the fire, and he's probably going to die. So it's a really sweet setup, single man setup there.
I wonder if it was for Dennis's position though, because we saw him doing that against FaZe when Fox was playing near the vent. They were throwing a Molotov in. I'm not exactly sure where it was from.
That Molotov there is definitely supposed to go on the crate. I'm pretty sure the angle. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Does the fire spill over to the?
I have no idea.
I wonder if it spills over, or if that's another failed Molotov, Jays.
Oh, that's definitely a failed Molotov, yeah. That one is. Well, players being lost for Astralis here. Just purely spray, but unlucky for them. Nice execute attempt coming in though. So Astralis with numbers still here to do some serious damage. Never mind that, Device is the last man standing. Crims has gone down on a flank. And again, it becomes a matter of attrition now. Device still has 35 seconds here, but the bomb is on the site itself, so that is a larger problem for him. So what is he opting to do? He's got 6k in the bank, so he can still buy in the following round, can still pick up the AWP. Now it seems maybe he wants to try and save in this position. Yes, he's picked up the M4. He can go back and retrieve the AWP just before the round resets as well. It might be that he's picked up the M4 just in case they will come and try and rush him, so he can hold a better defense versus multiple players, and then retrieve the AWP afterwards. So that is exactly what he's doing. Fnatic get another round on the board. Surviving with 3 plays, obviously their money's not in a situation where they will necessarily want to chase, especially carrying 2 AWPs themselves. Astralis' money is almost starting to run low there.
Almost. You mean Astralis?
I said Astralis.
Okay, I heard Fnatic might have for some reason. I think I'm going crazy.
Because you're crazy, Dan.
I think that must be it. I think that's definitely it. Got a quick incendiary there over towards the boost spot, and simply making off the flash alone. Ooh, that was close.
So we can see the aggressive situation that Fnatic have over towards B. The same as last round. Crim's basically playing the second peak if Dennis gets challenged with the AWP. Bit of a Fox and Jacob-esque. It's kind of similar to how they play Inferno B sometimes. So 3 rounds on the board for Fnatic. Both teams trying to stay on their toes versus dangerous opponents. You can see Flusher's changed to a different passive angle. They're holding high to the vents. That's a quite nice one as well, especially if you've got the aim like Flusher. Very unexpected angles. Just when you think no one's there, it's the angle you never check where Flusher will be standing. That's nice aggression towards B. Used to see that similar thing from Existence and RPK with the pop flashes. Working out nicely for Fnatic. Is JW's head visible there? I don't know if Device, I feel like I could see his head. Oh, come on, just go a bit wider.
I think if he did, he'd probably fall off the box. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, he's going to lose his head, and looks like Astralis will just completely die. Just all of them. Everyone's going to die. Everyone will survive for Fnatic, and we'll have the 2 AWPs just continue to roll in here. So, I mean, the only thing that really broke the 2 AWPs previously that we saw when Dennis and JW got those out was just crazy individual play from Dupree. And things have slowed down from him quite significantly since then. And Astralis looking to try to... Well, I think that it'd be very cool to see just that fast mid take, go for a hold, then set up a set piece somewhere, something like that. It looks like maybe they're going for that. They're going to have the quick pick attempt there into mid from Device. Nothing happening though. It's JW instead with a very nice snap indeed onto the head of the Device that will take down the AWPer of Astralis. Yet they don't seem deterred from this mid take. They will still take it over. Fnatic will settle back with their man advantage, but looks like they won't keep it. Zipex able to take a frag there on a rotating player with his position in A main, and Kirby has got a very nice forward position as well. They can really build into an A play from this. Oh, Kirby might have a free kill there, but he's going to be careful not to be too obsessed with this player. Oh, he might get shot in the back, but he's going to have the cognizance to check his back, get the frag, both kills, in fact, and a third is on the way. That is the AWPer down, and the round shut down by Kirby. Dupree in for the finishing blows, and that's finally Astralis back with another round. But Fnatic have built up a healthy bank in the meantime, so they're not going to be worrying too much. But I suppose what they will be worrying about is their scoreline, because it's honestly a little bit... I mean, if they're not to close the next round or two, they're in a tight spot come the second half. Yeah,
if they don't close this round, then they might collapse on the last 2 rounds of the first half. Where is this going? Is that for shorts from there? It is. That's really interesting, and it's going to work. Now let's see where they choose to put the bomb down, or how they choose to take the site. They've got CT wide open, and it hasn't worked out for them. I like the attempts to the strats, but it seems there was a giant hole in that one. Then they're taking Kirby down from behind, and Flush will quickly finish off Zipex. So they smoked shorts to stop vision of Highway, but I think maybe they were just unlucky in the setup that Fnatic had, because they seem to have somebody holding main, I presume, with an AWP from Car. So the place they left open was the place where they could get killed from, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you get that pick with your AWPer, maybe that would be cool. But that is quite a... I don't know how you could make that consistent.
It's hard. It's a hard place in terms of smokes, because if you put them too close, then the CTs get close for free. And if you put it towards... Well, I don't know, maybe you can put one towards the car. I need to review the demo.
I mean, if they feel like there's no AWPers on the team, maybe it becomes, a much more viable strat, because it's much less likely. Because if there's a guy with an M4 there, okay, it's still maybe a little bit annoying, but it's way less dangerous. But Device, he's going to go ham here in mid, just finally getting himself off to a really good start. And Fnatic now have to make a... either an information play or, well, they have to react in some way, because if they just sit on the bomb side here and just let the attack come, they could just very well lose the round. And at this point, with only 5 rounds, you gotta think that they're in a position where they'd rather take a risk here. And actually, they do rotate the guy to B from the information Crims has, but Crims will die without any support. JW was not there quickly enough, and here he goes. 1 frag, but the smoke goes in, and it's a 2 versus 4 situation. And I don't think Fnatic have any money. They probably want to save these 2 guns.
Yeah, but before the bomb goes down, they can still give themselves the opportunity to do it. So if JW can get another frag quickly, then it is on. But I doubt anybody is going to face them in this situation. But there's one coming from the back. Oh, how did he miss that one? That was a crucial one. If it went into position, this would have really been on.
Yeah.
But it's another situation. Wenton's stuck, but if he gets that kill onto Kiabi, then he's got a 1 versus 1 on the site and time to defuse the bomb. So lots of crazy things at play there.
But indeed, the money situation is going to allow them to get an extra buy for the last round. So it's actually not going to matter too much as far as having the buy in this round goes. But Astralis, I mean, Astralis haven't really been doing anything too complicated actually in this half. They haven't been either like trying to hard counter setups of Fnatic either. We haven't really seen much in the way of set pieces. They've been going with a lot of default rounds and kind of relying on individual play. And we're going to see a quick altercation there by A main. It's going to go much better initially there for the T side of Astralis. We have Flusher trying to do the Lord's work and equalize the situation, but he'll fall. And the hopes of Fnatic definitely falling with him, as it's now a 2 versus 4 situation. Fnatic in a lot of trouble. Crims will get a quick kill in mid there, but there's still quite a long road to the defuse.
This is the last round of the half as well. Dennis getting completely flashed, and Karrigan trying to finish him off. The peppering continues. Peppering is complete. And Karrigan will run distraction to allow Kiabi to finish off Crims. So 10-5. A solid T half from Astralis. That was a humongous economical struggle for Fnatic, although they did manage to eke out some rounds to give them a fighting chance towards the end of the half there. You can see all these rounds. I think 7 rounds that, 7 rounds Astralis got in a row. Very nice stuff. Quite a few bomb plants as well, although there'll be more than indicated on there. If they plant the bomb and then kill everyone, it will just show elimination as the process. So we will see what Fnatic can do in the next round. But I mean, I really like, if you're playing Cash in mid on CT on your own, then definitely have a look at the demo and watch how Flusher was playing, because it is very difficult to try and hold. Whereas he wasn't so much trying to hold as he was giving the opponent a false sense of security and then taking them out when their guard was down.
Okay, so back to the pistol shenanigans. 1 kid on Karrigan, rest of the CTs with armor. And again, this was the strong half yesterday for Astralis. That CT side was where Kiabi and Dupree did very, very well, especially towards the A side, actually. That was really where the strength was in the match yesterday with Kiabi. Now here you go, we got the set piece into the A bomb side, actually. And it was a retake setup here for Astralis, so they were kind of giving up the side anyway, generally speaking. But those smokes are going to guarantee that the bomb goes down in the typical position. And but Kirby's up fast here from behind. He's going to get a quick tap there onto Flusher. Now there's more players to be found from Kirby as he dashes in. And he's got his teammates fast at his side. So Astralis with a really, really nice retake scenario. But in comes JW for the flank. A very needed disturbance to this play from the CTs of Astralis. But Kirby's in with one after another for 3 frags now, looking to make it 4 as he finds JW finally. JW there. Oh, great. Great turn there from JW to pick up the next frag onto Zipex. Kirby has to get it done with that quad kill. And there it is, straight in the face. JW's dead, and Kirby, with the kid, will be able to defuse the bomb and win the round there for Astralis. The new boy is going to get it done in the pistol.
It's really interesting, the smokes that he's put down, because it's there are pros and cons. Obviously, the pros are that, well, the cons are that it allows the CTs to get closer to the site for free. But then the pros are that because it's a pistol round, it puts the CTs within headshot range for the Ts as well, so it kind of evens things up that way. So there we go, successful defuse there from Astralis. Kiabi is beasting for Astralis at the moment. Still early days, but it's a very good start indeed. Fnatic with some P250s, no nades. And again, we have the boost coming in on a second round. I mean, you can buy, even with the plant, you can buy if you spent all your money and you buy PC50s, then you'll have 3,800 on the next round, I think. So you can still get the AKs out at the very least, but obviously you won't have many nades for an execution. Bearing in mind 4 players were killed as well, I guess they'll have 4,100 in the bank. So they'll have the odd grenade here and there.
So it's time. Time for the Fnatic T side. Fnatic used to be one of the teams that, well, they still are. They're one of the teams that do really favor starting out on the T side. As, you know, when of course Olaf Meiss was in the lineup, they were very, very, very strong on their T side. Cash, but Astralis, as I said, have shown quite a formidable CT side too. So this should be really fun. Assuming that Fnatic are able to get off to a good start here. Now we have an aggressive setup in mid, and of course because Astralis is still holding on to 4 suboptimal weapons of FAMAS and 3 SMGs, they're going to get aggressive here, take some risks, because why not? Cut the corners. If you win the round with the SMGs, then Fnatic are really screwed. But they are quickly going to lose 2 players. So unless Karrigan and Device can now do something with their remaining weapons, which it looks like they can't, then there are problems. And this kind of sucks actually for Astralis because, okay, you know, they're not expecting to win the round. I mean, if they do, that's great. And they put Fnatic in a really bad spot because they win with the SMGs and they have so much money because of getting the kills with them and not having to rebuy rifles and to force Fnatic to an eco and all that goodness. I mean, that's the reason why they cut that corner because they basically just couldn't just win the match from that point. But now this situation happens and Astralis didn't even really get much damage. So if Device can get a couple kills in here, that's actually a really big deal. Good flash going in there as well for Device, but can't find the finishing. Burst onto Dennis, and they will close Device down. Good team play in the end to stem the bleeding, but they still have one more buy to deal with. Do Fnatic.
Device has a decision to make. $5,000 in the bank. Yes, he is going for it. All in, naked. No armor with that AWP for him. So Fnatic, their buy was successful. They will have a better buy now, Molotovs and such. Obviously, they were limited on the grenades because of the pistols they bought in Eco rounds previously, but now they will be furnished with many a grenade. Not the same to be said for the Astralis side, though. Device will be subject to said grenades. Door of opportunity has been opened, and he can't afford to stand in the way of the wallbangs. Let's not forget, he has no armor. So Device taking a bit of an off angle. People may strafe out there looking towards the car, but they may miss Device. That said, they should pass this angle pretty quickly. Getting smoked off there, they're not having much luck, and then shot straight in the face. Flush and having all the angles this game. Yeah,
that was really solid. You can see how primed he was to take that shot. Very expectant to see that there would be a peek from somebody at some point, and it was the most important player in this defense, Device with the AWP. And this is, you can see that I think that Astralis might, unless they can get a fast kill here, they might consider going for the safe because they cannot buy in the next round. Are they going to go for this? I think it's a pretty marginal call. I think you can. I think both plays are okay, but they are going to lose one extra guy and then go for the save. But Crims is there on the look. Look, so Crims already anticipated this, but he's going to get shot in the back there. Had no idea where it was coming from. And that's the beauty of the silencer on the M4. And that will be the kill, and perhaps Astralis can survive with players here. But Fnatic know that their money's so screwed at this point that it's definitely worth investing at least 2 players in trying to get another frag or 2 frags. Especially considering Karrigan is so low, although they do not know that exactly. They might know he's tagged, but not that he's on 4 HP. I don't really see Crims being the kind of guy to be like, he's lit, he's lit. I don't think that's Crims' style.
The net continues to close.
Terrorists win. Here we go. Oh no, that is... The funny thing there is that, you know, Kirby peeks there.
He doesn't need to peek there, does he, though?
He doesn't need to peek there
like
at all.
Point,
it's just like...
0.7 of a second.
It's like, you've done it. You've done it. Let me just undo it right at the end. Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay.
Like people who save and then the bomb goes up and it's like, oh, let me peek now.
Because the problem there is that with 3 guns, they can force this round. But because, you know, they can buy for everybody and not leave one guy on a pistol. It's a really big difference between saving 2 and saving 3. really big difference. So that actually sucks a lot, that decision from Kirby in the end. And now, you know, we've got a spot where Fnatic are very much back in this one. Very much back in this one. However, the Fnatic side, you know, it'd be very, very important for them just to not to lose anybody at this point, and just to play like a very disciplined anti-force buy type round. And already Crims are going to kill onto Karrigan because they know that there are 2 guns somewhere, and that was one of them. Well, the Device will retrieve it, and Device can play headshot angles from there, so that's actually a really nice position for Device to be in. So Fnatic taking over vents now as well, and Dupree's up top with the AK. Potentially dangerous times. I gotta say, if you're gonna have 2 guns, it is much easier to play them from B because of the headshot angles that you can have. Bit of a spot there from Zipex. You'll spot the Mandem Fnatic moving their way back into A. Zipex is going to realize, but might just see Dupree and Device perhaps hang on to these guns. Unless Zipex can get a kill or 2, which would be quite unexpected with just a USP. Although he's actually going to find his way maybe into a blind spot, but no. Cravens is on points, and that is dead. A dead Zipex.
So Astralis managed to pick up another gun, and they will definitely be trying to save in this situation. We'll see if Fnatic continues to hunt. Again, their money's still not spectacular by any means.
They actually picked up another gun here. That's pretty cool. With the third saving play, they picked up another gun. So they actually saved 3 weapons if they don't just peek at the last second, James, like last round.
They look good for the save this time. So let's see. We're going to have a 4-round deficit for Fnatic. They have got momentum on their side, and they will definitely be playing with confidence. So that's a huge save actually for Astralis in that round. Let's see what I can do with it. See who's making the frags here. It's pretty averaged out well on Fnatic. Kirby with 20. Kirby and Dupree, it seems to be their map at the moment. We might see some vetoes coming in soon, Dan, against Astralis on this, just purely because they're rolling in like Earthquake and Typhoon, Dan. WCW days. Actually, I have no idea if it was WWF or WCW. Anyway, enough of wrestling, back to Counter-Strike.
We can see where that nade's supposed to go. I think that's the crate, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because Flusher just threw that Molotov. And I'm pretty sure it hit the crate. But we can't see now, I guess.
I completely missed it.
Yeah, he threw the same grenade though that we had in question previously, but there was no one there.
I'm really curious to see if you can see this boost from standing on the short box now, because sometimes it's hard to tell with X-ray. Anyway, we've got Fnatic. They have a ton of grenades, but can they get into the right angle to throw them? That's the question. We've got a run boost over. I don't know.
He must have
seen a foot. Yeah, he must have seen a foot or a question mark or something, because he looked away just at the same time. More shenanigans from Fnatic, but will they pay off?
Yeah, that's going to be really awesome right now as they start to engage these CTs and push forwards here. But it is actually quite a slow push forwards as Karrigan's going to pick up a frag onto Flusher. But you can see that Fnatic are going to be edging closer to that bomb plant position. However, Zipex on defense is good, but where's the trades at? Fnatic can't quite work their way forwards because of the counter grenades. So the counter grenades from the CTs have stopped their ability to actually refrag. There's no refragging at all. That's great. That's really, really solid CT play right there from Astralis.
It's good.
Do love the run boost though, because that actually allows them to get both angles in a delayed way in the round without having to smoke. And so you can just get the raw angles straight away with no smoke being down, which is really cool.
Well, both teams will continue with the bye. Fnatic 5 rounds behind now. This is the first map of a best of 3 between these 2 teams. I look forward to seeing more of them as the year progresses with these rosters. Though who knows when Olafmeister will come back, but that's going to be quite interesting. Hope he's recovering well. Zipex always going to start the proceedings, actually. I was expecting him to be subjected to it first, but there we go.
That's a pretty sick deal because there's 4 guys door. 4 door! There's 4 man on door, James.
4 man on door. And a lurker in Flusher towards the mid position. So what is the final play from Fnatic? We're seeing some interesting executes from both these sides. Moving through the smoke with no pop flash. And it will be a 1-for-1 trade in that situation. Dupree holding on. Trying to pre-fire through the smoke as well. Now the flank comes in from Flutter. 2-man spray down for him, and that might be the end of the round here. It's still, though, only a man advantage for the ET side. Karrigan avoiding the flashbang as well, and down Flusher will go from short to the forklift.
What a beautiful bit of game sense there from Karrigan to actually know to look away there. Very, very smart. That's pure heuristics right there from Karrigan. Now we've got Device and Karrigan moving in together at this point. We can hear Device scoping behind Karrigan, providing that covering fire with the AWP. Oh, Wenter's going to take him down though. He only had 7 points of health, but that's what he needed. AK out for Karrigan, and he sees a shadow. He can see the shadow. That's so interesting. I wonder how much you can use that shadow to actually bait people, because you're going to fixate on that shadow. It's like, okay, that's super interesting. But it did feel also like Karrigan could have just tried to shoot through the corner of the box, maybe. I don't know, but. Perhaps he didn't realize how exposed he was or was not.
Well, the gap is reduced once again. Both teams will still muster a bye, and we have to expect some aggression from somewhere for Astralis. They've got a few smokes, they've got 4 rifles and 5 players. I'm expecting some. Well, speaking of aggression, they've got 3 people creeping through mid at the moment. JW's in a strong position on top of red in T warehouse. Crossfire for the CTs, and the re-smoke coming in. You can have a lot of shenanigans around those smokes, but it seems that the boost is going to be the play.
This has to work. They don't have any flashbangs. They didn't buy a single flashbang in this round, I don't think. Which is pretty rare to see, not even one flashbang. And that's something Kirby could have afforded if he had gone for a FAMAS instead of an M4, but
I think you want him on the M4 though. I think Kirby M4 versus FAMAS and nades, the way he's playing on this map at the moment.
It is an interesting choice, and you can see that Fnatic feel the problem here for Astralis. They're expecting aggression, and Dennis, he absolutely expects for there to be a player there. He's gonna have the nade out though, and will.
He must have seen his head, surely.
Is he trying to bait?
You can see his head. You can see his head.
And he gets the frag regardless. 18 health is down to 18 though, so he's quite weak at this point, but will that even matter? Fnatic will storm into the mid area, and now they have a man on the A bomb side almost, pressuring Device. So Device is having to move a little bit out of position. He'll get the frag though, having to move to scoot and shoot, but it's working out here so far for Astralis. They got the bomb down thanks to Device, and that's going to slow Fnatic down and allow some rotation.
Speaking of time, 14 seconds on the clock for the bomb to go down here, and JW's been taken down on short where the bomb is. Fnatic going for the kills now, but there are too many men to find. Wenton on the site, takes down Device, but that might be his last frag. Zipex is peeking, and the time will run out, so Karrigan will be the last man to hold on here for Astralis. They'll take another round, but their money is all over the place. It is for both teams. So Karrigan being the only man to survive is going to be a problem here for the CTs. But what is the play of Fnatic? Are they going to go for overtime? They're going to go all in. And this is the perfect, well, it's the only time to do it, rather than the perfect time to do it. But I mean, both teams pretty weak right now. This is going to be an interesting round.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, Fnatic's buy is not even that horrendous. I mean, they have 2 players on Deagles, and the rest of the equipment is fine. Ooh, we get a. I thought JW hit that shot. That looked like it was definitely on, but it was not. I don't think, was it? Devices. Okay, well, I'm not sure. Either way, we've got the opening attempt here from Dennis, and it's going to go quite successfully. Taking down Zipex with a boost through the smoke, very nice. And now Astralis, they do rotate an extra player. So they have 3 people to attention on the A-bomb site.
Got nades all over the shot, but not for the CTs. They've barely got anything. KRB still lurking around the forklift. The bomb's in a weird place as well now, which is a little bit of an advantage, but he needs to get frags here, and they are getting them so far. Down to a 2 versus 2 now. Karrigan coming in from the car, as is his teammate Device. So that might be a bit of a surprise for the Ts. Indeed, JW goes down, leaving Wenton alone now versus 2. He can get himself some 1 versus 1. Device is moving towards mid, and again, the last man to get the frag for the CTs will be the distraction while Karrigan comes in to take the round for his team. Again, finishing off the round for the CTs as he did so many times in the first half. 6 rounds for Fnatic, and their money is devastated.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to see how they can get back into this one with such a buy, but you know, sometimes just the fast pace, the brutality, sometimes it works. And Astralis, they've got a full set of equipment this time around, a lot of nades to work with, so you have to favor them in that regard. And Device is lending his keen, vigilant watchful eye towards that mid area. And you will hear that the vent will be popped. He doesn't really have a good angle, so he's going to rotate already instead of trying to hit a really kind of low percentage shot, which would have been like the pixel of the head spotted as they move towards the vents. And he's reinforced the B side immediately, which is I like that quite a lot. And Fnatic, they have Dennis just pushed into the vent position here. So this is interesting actually, because Fnatic don't have to go for the B play still. They have a minute to play with. And Astralis going for information play into the middle area. They'll spot 2 players. That's really, really good info. And that's going to start to make them really think that it's going to be a B split. And you can see that, that they still have those 3 players in position there. Just waiting. The wait is intense for Astralis, but the focus is real. And there's the first peek there. Dennis needed to get that frag, but he won't. No trade.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic, they need to overwhelm the site with the numbers they've got, but they are all spread out at the moment. No trades. No trades for either side. Sorry for the T side. And now the numbers are disappearing. JW, the last man standing, with 65 HP. And this map is over. 16-9, Astralis will take it. Strong performance from the Danish side. Again, Kiabi almost with a 30 bomb there. 27 kills.